Mary Joe, and I'm trying to record a little bit about my collection so I can answer some questions from Sharon from Connection and Interests in Life. So hang on, here we go again. These are the Lee Militons, the first two. Ashton, Paradise Gallery. Then we have a Lee Militon, Bonnie Clyde. And these are Paradise, and then that last one is Lee Militon. Lee Militon was a Christian-based doll, and they came with little white Bibles. They're no longer been manufactured, but you can buy some on eBay. And I'm not sure about the Bonnie Clyde, if there's any, I'm sure there's more than that doll, but I just love that expression. I love. So here I have my Paradise Gallery dolls. This one's Hoot Hoot. He's got painted hair, rooted. He's got fake eyelashes. But they have the blushing. They have the tips on the fingernails. This is another example of a Paradise Gallery. She's got a wig. But they weigh like anywhere like from 2 to 3 pounds. This is Brock. It's actually Lovey in Paradise, but it looked like my little boy. Well, he's not little anymore. He's 30 years old. Okay, so these are Paradise. Now these are Ashton Drake. Like here's one. She's the older one. This is a Chloe. And they all smell like powder. They got like a scent thing in them. She does have wire in her arms to pose her arm because she's posable. Not disposable, posable. Oh, never mind. You know what I'm saying? I'm just really sorry. I am just really frustrated because my phone's probably going to shut off again. I'm trying it this way because when I tried the other way, it kept shutting off. But she's really cute. This is her original outfit. I've never taken her out. I had gotten her from my daughter-in-law. Now this is the partial silicone from Ashton Drake. The heads, I don't know, for some reason their heads are harder because they root their hair. But this gives you kind of show you how soft that the arms and the leg is. Body is cloth. Now, the difference between the Ashton Drake and Paradise is one, Paradise guarantee their dolls for 30 days. Ashton Drake guarantee for 1 year. That's the big difference. Ashton Drake does cost a little bit more than Paradise Galleries, but to me, that's their biggest difference to me is their guarantee. Now, with the reborns, there's no guarantee. So you have to really be careful what you buy, what you ask for. Actually know the artists, stuff like that. This is what a reborn looks like before it's painted. This is a kit. This is the head, the arm, and the leg. And when it's painted, then you get, for an example, you get like Edie. She's got painted hair, rooted eyelashes, and they have like some do like a texture so they feel more like skin. There's her feet. Here's another example. This one is my Brady. She's Lux by Casey Brack. Now she's got rooted hair, rooted eyelashes. She looks very realistic. You can see other babies like her, and you'll never see, they're never identical. Even the same artists can't duplicate it. And then another one is, this is Chloe. Well, actually it's called Little Tootie. Painted hair, rooted eyelashes. She's got some teeth. She's supposed to be 9 months old. You can't really see her fingertips. Now this is a cuddle baby. It's just the head. Beautiful painted, rooted eyelashes. But the whole body is cloth. The only thing that is just the head. Everything else is just the body. Okay? Again, a lot of the kits, some they'll make a lot of kits of the one sculpt, and sometimes they're limited. Your limited ones will cost more because they only make a certain amount and then they're done. So the biggest difference to me between not only what I told you about Ashton Drake and Paradise Gallery's warranty, the difference between them and the reborns is that reborns are hand painted and they're not duplicate. You cannot an artist could paint this sculpt 3 times and each one will look different. They're just not identical, and every artist is different, so you get a variety like you can see here. I mean, I know these are not the same sculpt, but they're all different. And just like this one, if you've seen pictures, hang on, let me get my book. Okay, as I was saying, I got my book out, so here's Danny, but if you come over to the book, here's one example of what how Danny could be painted. Okay? Now here's Ellie Sue, which is my Patricia, and you guys have seen Patricia a lot. She's the one with the blonde hair. She had the floral dress on. That's one example that she could look like, and you can see she doesn't look nothing like that. Okay, here's Deluxe. Try and get it so it's not getting a glare. You can see what that one looks like, or what that little baby looks like, and that's the same one here. So as you can see, each artist has their own technique. Again, here's examples how the elephant could be painted, and everybody have seen my purple elephant. And now here is the cuddle baby. This is the head. But as you can see, you look at that face. Totally different. This one looks more like a girl, whereas mine looks more like a boy. Let me see. Now this one is Edie. That's her full name, but I call her Edie because my aunt was. That was my aunt's name, and she always went by Edie. And that's right there. You can see. You look at her. She don't look nothing like that. So, okay. Everybody has seen my Katie. Now this is Katie's one example how Katie could have looked. And you know Katie doesn't look nothing like that, does she? Okay, there's Katie. And then there's Patricia, which I showed you she was the Ellie Sue. So I hope this helped. Again, you know, it's to a person's own preference what they want to get, what they want in their collection. It would depend on how much money they want to spend. If you're buying it for a child, I recommend Paradise Galleries. A lot of times they have sales, and you can get them from, $49, under $100, depending on the doll. The only one that's really expensive enough is the toddler, but the toddler stands, it doesn't sit. So, Ashton Drake is another way to go. I like Ashton Drake because they have a year warranty versus the 30-day warranty with Paradise Gallery. The only thing I could tell you to stay away from would be if it says that the dowel is vinyl, silicone and vinyl, that you want to stay away from because there's no such thing. It's either vinyl or it's silicone. It's not both. That's the only thing I would tell you to stay away from. I don't know about any of these other dowel companies. I know I have a couple friends that buy from a company called Bayside. I don't have any dowels from that company, so I can't say anything about it. They look cute. They look like they have the blushing and everything. But they would be similar to Paradise Galleries, I would think. From what I've seen. I don't know. I'm only going by my opinion. But again, the difference is with the reborns is that they are hand painted. They're either air dry or they're heat set. And what I mean by the difference is the air dry, they are painted and then they sit till they're dry and then they go for another layer. Heat set, they are painted by a special kind of heat set paint. And then once they get the layer on there, then they put it in the oven. And then for so many minutes, and then they take it out. And then they let it cool down, and then they'll do another layer. Depending on the artist and depending on what they're achieving, they can have anywhere to 10 to 30 layers, I've heard. Yeah, it's a slow process. If you actually get a good artist that, paints like this one, L.A. Sue. Now this one, she did a really good job. She didn't do much. She didn't do much of any. I don't think she did any veining on this, which was disappointing because I did pay for that. I know another doll that I had done by her. That's when I caught on was the my dwarf baby, because he has a huge head, and we talked about, oh, it'd be so cool to have it veining, and she didn't do that. She actually painted it down in 3 days, which was very disappointing because most artists, when they paint, they take their time and they do layers and layers and layers. But that would have been my only disappointment I have gotten with the reborn. But I love, these are one of my favorite ones, besides Katie and Patricia. But like I said, I didn't want to drag them all out because I really don't have a lot of room. So if I didn't, and I'm sorry, Sharon, if I didn't cover all the questions, please feel free to say something in the comments, and I will respond in the comments. I'm just really frustrated today. I've been trying to do this numerous times all day. No kidding. And this is the only, I finally figured out I had to do it this way. I don't know why. It's a new phone. I don't understand why I'm having issues with it. So, I apologize. I really had this planned out to be a lot better than what I've done. So, anyways, I guess this would fall for my whatever I wanted on Monday. Not that that's what I was going to do for it, but like I said, it just took me forever, huh, Tootie? So, and I don't know what Chloe named her. I think she was kind of disappointed when she got her because she wanted a silicone baby. Now, the silicone babies are very expensive. You're talking thousands of dollars. They do make a lot of them a lot more affordable now. Back 3 years ago, the dollar community got really mean. My husband did buy me a silicone. Wasn't a true silicone. He did pay, it was over $100. He thought he was doing something really nice for me. It was for my birthday and everything. And I was happy with it. It wasn't exactly what I wanted, but we don't have that kind of money to buy something like that. And another thing with silicones, you gotta be really careful with how you're dressing them, how you care for them, because they could tear easily. And so I thought for my first one it was really nice, and I do like this one. And I don't think I would ever get one. Just for the simple reason is I have cats, I have dogs. There's, regardless if they were shut out of the room, you're still gonna get that the hair. It travels, it gets on you, you know. So it would be really hard to keep it off the dolls. I think we still have it. Let me look. Yep, we still have her. And this is another. This is just like how the Ashton Drake one is with the arms. You know. The only thing is with this one, the toes are pretty much separated, which is with the Ashton Drake one, they're not. Well, these are connected, but the big toe is separated. But there was a lot of hate going around. I would say it was like 3 years ago with these dolls because they said they were stolen sculpts. So, and obviously, you know, it came from China. But if you know, I don't know. But he didn't buy it from China. It actually came from the United States. I can't remember what kind of silicone it is, but it looks very similar to the ones that everybody was upset about, which, you know, I understand, but it was, you know, my husband definitely didn't do it on purpose, but there's a few dolly friends that didn't approve of it. Now, I don't know what this other company is, but it was similar to Bayside, and they also said those were stolen sculpts. Now, I'm probably going to start a whole nutshell with all this crap, probably, but it was part of the reason why I left the doll community and I went to the coloring on a different channel. But all I said, and this lady's awesome. She has all kinds of dolls. She collects reborns. I mean, she even collects dolls from Walmart or dolls back from her childhood from the 60s. I mean, she's got a whole collection. Wonderful lady. Oh, I know it has something flowers. I cannot recall her name. But this company offered her, gave her a free doll, asked her if she would do a review. And she said it was a nice doll and it was good for people that couldn't afford a reborn. Because even though it was not a reborn, it did look realistic, just like your Paradise Gallery, Ashton Drakes, the Lee Millingtons. The difference is that they're mass production. They make hundreds of them. But I guess they said it was a stolen sculpt. I don't know if it was or wasn't. But I got a lot of hate from that because I really loved this woman. I loved her. She's always a ray of sunshine every day. And all I said was it was a cute. I never said anything about saying it was a reborn, that it was associated with reborn. All I said was it was a cute doll. It'd be nice for somebody getting it for their child. Would I buy reborn for a child? No. Did I for Chloe? Yes. Chloe is exceptional, the way she takes care of her toys. I mean, the girl is 15, she will be 15, and she still has toys that she's had from she was a baby. I mean, she takes very good care of her toys. She's an exception. She's never rode on them, and I mean, and you go to Goodwill, and you've seen where the kids have rode on them with markers and, you know, pens, etc. So, but anyways, that was the reason why, if you look at my videos, that's why there's a big space, because I left, because I got tired of being bullied, and then so I left and went with the coloring on a different channel, which I no longer have, so I just came back, and that's why I just do my own thing now. Now, I've been told I should have separate channels. I'm not going to do that. With my medical conditions, I'm lucky that I can just do my one channel. So I'm going to stick with it. You don't have to watch the videos. That's fine. I'm doing it for me, not for you. I'm doing it for me. What makes me happy. And here I'm ranting going on. I was afraid this was going to happen, me talking about these, the difference with these dolls. But you know, buy what you like. Buy what you can afford. And it, like I said, it depends if you're buying it for a child or you're buying it for yourself. You know, it's not my place to tell you what to buy. It's not my place to say, no, yes. You just do you just do you. So, sorry this is a long video. It's going to be in, you know, that it's in 2 parts, but having issues with the phone, which seems to be working fine if I keep it upright like this. So, I don't know. It's doing what my old phone used to do. So anyways, I apologize if I got off the subject, but there's more people out there that are reborn collectors that could probably, you know, they want to make comments down here. That's fine. Let's just keep it positive. That's all I ask. Thank you. Have a good night.